David, 2 defeats in spin. Something we've not really become accustomed to in the last kind of 6 months or so. Got another tricky tie away to Queen's on Saturday.
Yeah, I think the games are getting harder, if I'm really honest, but got to take it into isolation. I think it was large parts. The start on Saturday kind of caught us, gave us a mountain to climb. You've got to try and look for the positives. Poor defending. Ayr United, I thought for the majority of the game, the performance was there. Just give a poor goal away. So if you're going for the back end of 5 clean sheets to losing 3 goals in the last 2 games is not ideal. But always knew we were going to hit a wobble, a bump in the road at some point. So this is obviously it. It's about trying to get out this as quick as possible. And that's what we're planning to do going to Queen's Park. I think they're very, very similar. I think they've been into the last couple of games on very, very good form, and they've lost the last couple. So look forward to going to Hampden, big park, decent surface. We've already touched on the crowd. I don't enjoy that part of it at Hampden, but again, if you look at the surface, I think it'll be a really, really good surface to go and play football on.
David, we've not beaten Queen's so far this season. 2 1-0 draws. What's the plan to kind of?
So I think away from home, they were a back 3. There was a different kind of permutation in how they set up. I don't think there was a lot in the game. I'm not going to say we deserved to win the game because I don't think there was a lot. I think Ryan McGowan comes up with a big block in the first half and then we come on in the second half. But I don't think there was a lot in the game, but we could have nicked it. At home, I thought it was one of the games you come away, you're 1 each, but we absolutely dominated the possession, created loads of chances, just never took our chances. So again, the shape was a bit different coming into the game at home. There'll probably be a back 4 at Hampden, I would imagine. There've been a back 4 previously. They were a back 3 the first time round. Second game here, I thought, I don't mean disrespectful to Queen's Park, but I thought we were the better team and we should have won the game. At Lesser Hampden, it wasn't much in the game at all, really. So it's not really looking at the challenges that the previous games have brought, it's looking at the challenges this game's going to bring. But then I look at it's away from home, you're playing against a different shape, it's at a different venue, it's at a bigger park, so there's a lot of different variables that are going to affect the game. So we'll approach the game and how we want to play, how we're trying to break down a back 4-2-3-1. But it's more about focusing on ourselves and really looking at the away team at this point because we know the challenges that they're going to bring. I think what you're seeing in the league now is everybody really knows each other. So everybody really knows each other, so games are becoming a little bit more difficult. And it's really what I expected in the kind of this batch of 9 games. We've all played each other twice. There's no really any surprises. It'll bring a difficult challenge, but it's a challenge that we're more than capable of going picking 3 points up.
No, you are a huge fan of increasing the league sizes, just based on that kind of comment there of playing each other 4 times. It becomes a wee bit repetitive and a wee bit boring for supporters as well, almost.
I think when you look at the product on the park, does it help the product on the park if you're playing each other twice? I think it does. Playing each other 4 times, it's the one negative about being the champ, and I know you've got that in the Premier League when you split into the top 6, bottom 6. I know you've got that, but it does feel a wee bit different with that split. I just think it's the one thing I would change in Scottish football. Me as a fan, not just David Martindale, the manager of Livingston. I'm looking at it as a fan. Championship, League 1, League 2, playing each other 4 times. There's Dunfermline, we're going to be 6 times this year. There's no way on earth that's appealing to the fans. It can't be. 6 games a season against a team that know each other inside out now. They're obviously changing management there, so maybe it changes slightly, but I don't think it's healthy for the product in the park. I don't think it's healthy for the progression of the players and coaches. You look at myself, I don't need a scout report. I know exactly what Queen's Park are going to do. Callum knows exactly what we're going to do. So does that help the game? I'm not sure it does. Don't
disagree. Jamie Brandon has obviously served his suspension now. He has had a few niggly injuries, and amongst that, will he be back amongst?
Yeah, Jamie, I think I was vocal after the game. I thought we missed him. I thought we missed his tenacity, his defensive capabilities, his aggression. So Jamie's the captain of the football club for a reason. He leads by example every day at this football club. And I think the one constant you want as a fan for any player, not just a coach, a fan for any player, is that desire and hard work to go and work for the football club, go and work for the badge. And I think that's the one thing Jamie's got in abundance, is his application, his desire to go and do well for the football club. So Jamie will come back into the starting 11. He's my captain. We missed him last week. If we'd won last week 3-0, I probably would have still put Jamie Brandon straight back into the team. And you've got to remember why Jamie dropped out of the team. Jamie dropped out of the team through picking up his cards. He picked up the cards through his tenacity to go and try and win games of football for Livingston. Do you know what I mean? So, Jamie will come back in.
Teddy Ingy, anything there?
Teddy's is slightly different. Teddy's going to potentially miss Saturday. I'm a wee bit more optimistic than I've been previously with his ankle injuries. It was January last year in Turkey. Rolled his ankle. You're 6'6", quite heavy, there's a lot of muscle there, so there's a lot of weight goes on that ankle. He rolled his ankle in a training session this year. This one's a contact, so it's not so much as a roll, so albeit it's an ankle injury, it's a different type of ankle injury. So I'm a wee bit more pessimistic, optimistic. We're a wee bit more optimistic on the timescales attached to that. Historically, it's been 4 or 5 weeks, but I think this one's going to be a quicker turnaround, hopefully.
Yep. Danny Wilson, deal extended to the end of the season. Yeah. Must be delighted to have somebody of his ilk and experience here for the next 6 months.
Been a wee bit obviously frustrated that we couldn't get Danny on the park. He's picked up a couple of niggles and knocks, but again, that's part of when a player's not been at a club for a period of time. It's difficult for them to then come in and pick that up. I always say that. So I think it's important that we've got balance in the back four. Danny brings a bit of balance with his left foot, knows the game inside out. I think his range of passing is phenomenal. So to have Danny again available for selection, I think it's a big bonus for the football club. And getting Danny extend, I think Danny came in and we always, both of us kind of knew it was something we were going to try and do. Again, I probably need to thank the two Johns. Dave's the one that's been kind of driving that upstairs, but the two Johns are the one that have been out. And I'll be really honest with you, there's no the money in the football club for that to happen, but John McElvogue and John Ward have went and found the resources to make sure that Dave has the money available, and then that gets passed down to me, obviously. So, big thank you to the free rein, really, for finding the money and the resources to make sure we can keep Danny at the football club.
Probably links in quite well to my final question in terms of the transfer market. Is that sort of season again? Any immediate plans?
I think we've lost two from this group already in terms of Ricky and David. That probably had to be done due to finances. I think there's a possibility one or two might move on. But again, I'm trying to explain this to Dave and the two Johns. I think sometimes you've got to bring people in before you can move people out. So again, being very vocal with Dave. Dave's speaking to Johns on a regular basis. I think they're going to find finances for us, but hopefully I can balance the books in terms of if we get one or two in, which I think we need two in. There's one done. Should have been in the day, but he's not going to make it in today. So there's definitely one being done. The paperwork's all signed. That's a loan deal, so that'll be in training with us on Friday, which is going to be a huge positive for the club. Again, huge thanks to the three guys that I've just mentioned. That probably then will allow me to hopefully go and move one or two on, and we're still really, really active. I think we need two in, but we've got one. It's an area of the park that I think we need cover, but we need healthier competition in that area of the park if we want to really kick on. And I want to bring one more in the offensive area. So, should have one done on Friday.
I know we can't say who that is, but do we expect to see him in a Livingston shirt Saturday?
Yeah. He'll be. If he was probably in today, he would have had a chance of making the starting 11 potentially. But he's not going to make it in today for a variety of reasons. So he'll be in Friday, so he'll be part of the match day squad. In January, you're not bringing boys in to build your squad out. You're only bringing players in who are going to make a difference on the park. So That's the difference between maybe a summer signing and a January signing. I'm not looking to pad the squad out with signings that will maybe come and add to the group. I'm looking for signings that will come and enhance the starting 11. I feel we've done that with the one that we've got over the, well, we're going to get over the line, and we're still working on one at the top end of the park.
No worries. Cheers.